Pass me the vape. Pass me the vape. Come on, my brethren, yo. Pass me that vape, yo. Pass me that vape. Pass me that vape. I got some meat juice and it is top rate, yo. I wanna blow some clouds. Can you hear me now? USA, Europe, everybody. Well, I wanna blow some clouds. Can you hear me now? Asia, Australia, can you hear me?
What's going on, guys? This is D&D Vapes, and I am coming to you with a new review. And the review is of the theorem. I believe it's how it's pronounced. And this this RDTA hybrid is made by Wismec, designed by JayBo, and inspired by Suck My Mod. Now, I don't have a drip tip on here because I'm using my own right now, and this is the one I'm going to be using. It's a little bit bigger and it feels more comfortable on the lips. The one that comes with it is really small, and I noticed it got hot and it was starting to get hot on my mouth, so I switched drip tips to something a little bit bigger. And the way this one's designed, the only part really touching is the drip tip part, the 510 connector, but the rest of it kind of leans off of the top part, so it doesn't absorb much heat and it's not as hot. So I'm going to be using that. And the drip tip that comes with it, I'm actually going to be using on another mod, um, another tank I have that works great with it. So I'm just going to keep it that way. But I still use the drip tip. But this is the theorem. And the theorem is a very nice hybrid RDTA or RDA, designed by JayBo, inspired by Suck My Mod, and Wismec are the makers. Theorem atomizer. Sorry. And it gives you some specs of what comes with. As you can see, the theorem atomizer, airflow control rings, single and dual, one stainless lined glass sleeve, one glass sleeve, two notch coils with cotton, five silicone O-rings, cayenne, four screws, one hex key, 1.25 millimeter drive, and one user manual that comes with this. And it's made in China, manufactured by Wismec, which is in China, I believe. And they're the makers of it. And let me tell you, this is a really nice device. When you guys see this, how it looks, how it's coming out, everything, you're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to enjoy it more because I'm the one vaping on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out and show you guys how it looks. Now, the drip tip that comes with it is different than this one. It's a plain small white glass one. It's a small glass one with stainless steel. And it's just a plain, simple drip tip. So I put this one on here. I like the way this looks on it. It's going to be the drip tip that I use for this, but I have a dual build in there with the notch coils, not even a build, just dual notch coils in there, parallel to each other, kind of, I don't know, something like that. But I am going to be taking this build out. I do not enjoy the build that comes with it, so I'm going to be taking that out. Also comes with a little baggie of extra parts, and you got your hex screws, you have an Allen key, you also have your single flow adapter right there, so you can actually choose what side of the airflow you want to use, and I'll be getting to that in just a second. I'm going to be taking these coils out, and I'm going to be doing a single coil Clapton. These coils are okay, but honestly, yeah, it's got a great ramp up. It doesn't use much power because they ramp up so easy. I mean, you could put it low wattage and just have a really nice vape on it. But I thought it was supposed to be flavor coil, and I don't get the flavor. And I think it's my fault because I'm actually used to vaping on Claptons. So the flavor I'm getting is not satisfying for me. It's nowhere near as much flavor as you would get off of a Clapton. So that's one of my little cons I have about it is I don't get the flavor from it. I really don't. I don't get the flavor that I thought I would get. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these coils out and show you what they look like. I will be using these coils in the future, but not now. I might use them with a different RDA, something more, uh, something just a little with a different setup, I guess is what I want to say. And I got the perfect RDA I'm going to use these with, and the perfect mod I'm actually going to use these with. And I'll be showing you that, guys, when that time comes. I'm going to show you this build, this everything I'm going to use. I'm going to show you guys and why I'm going to do it this way. And it has to do with power, battery life, ramp up, all that stuff. It's just going to have a lot to do with the size of the mod, all that stuff. So what we got here is the deck, and it's really nice. You have your two cotton notches right here that are really wide for cotton to just fit right in there. You have your negative, your positive. Your positive has a nice big slot there that you can fit some serious coils in. And your negative has pretty decent sized post holes, but honestly, I think they could have done a little better with the post holes, making them a little bit bigger. And being that you have all this room, they could have went wider up this way. Like they should have went like 4 millimeters by 2. And I think that would have been great up going long ways this way up and down. And I think that would have actually worked out great, especially with certain builds that could be put in here. Got a little bit of water in there still. I cleaned it off. So just dry it off with my shirt. It's got a little water on it. Make sure I blow the water out of the positive pen. So in order for this to come apart, which it could, and what I want to actually check is I want to see the deck will adjust if I loosen it up here. I want to see if the positive and negative and stuff will move, which I don't think it does. It doesn't seem like it does. It looks like there's a part to unscrew it, but it comes apart very easily. I'm doing that right now. I'm just taking it apart. I want to see, there's a piece here that I want to see if it comes out. I don't know if it's pressed, which is this part here, the deck itself. I would like to be able to take that apart so it could be adjusted if it needed to, but I guess not. It's pretty much permanent. I guess it was pressed together. And that kind of sucks because I really would have liked to use that and be able to adjust the deck around so you can have it sit on your mod the way you want. So that's kind of just like kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a con really, but to me kind of is, just because oh okay, it's still in there. Just because, man, just the way it's made, it seems like you would be able to adjust it and have it sit, because when I put it on certain mods, like I have that purple stick mod, and the way it sits, I can't really use it with my left hand because of the way the button sits on it, and I like to be, I gotta kind of go to tilt it right and stuff, so I don't like it. I like using it like that, but I don't like the fact that I can't adjust it, which I wish I could. So that is the theorem. The theorem is very nice, very simple. It's not complex. One thing you do want to do is when you put this together, you want to make sure you do it the way I'm going to show you, which is the way Matt does it. Everybody else, it just makes it so much more simple to put it together. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. And that might be just a little bit too far. So we're going to go lift this up a little bit. Sorry. All right. So we're going to do a build on this. And it's a simple build because I already did the build pre-hand, but I forgot to finish showing you this stuff here, guys. I apologize. This is the top part, and this right here, it comes off. You screw it off, and that'll come off right there. And then you have your air adjustment ring here, and you have a dual airflow and a single airflow. And how this works is basically it sits here, and this airflow right here will hit your coil from up top, and this is your side airflow right here that'll hit your coil from the side. And the way this works is your airflow will come in from the top. Sorry, I got some water on it. Let me just like that. It'll come in from the top, going down in through the chamber and coming out this hole right there, and that will go and hit the back of your coil, which is really good for some serious flavor. I noticed I got better flavor using this back airflow adjuster than the front one that hits it from the top. So that's how that works. Now all you got to do is, if you want to change the airflow from single to a dual airflow, you would just go ahead and grab your airflow ring, and you'll still have the option to use the front, the back, or top airflow easily by just adjusting this like this, just like that. And then you can slightly adjust it, or then it'll close off, and then it'll start going to the front. And then you could adjust it, and have the airflow however you want it. Or you could take that off. You could use now your dual. And your dual is the same way. Whatever you have on the top will have on the side airflow. And you could go all the way down, and all the way up, and all the way down, all the way up, and the airflow is great. Now what also is, this comes completely apart. It makes it easy to clean. You have two little screws here. That'll come off. This piece will come out. You'll be able to clean it up real good. On your tank itself, the positive pin comes out. The negative pins are the negative post do not come out. They're milled into the deck itself. Your positive does come out. It's not milled into there, so it will come out if you need it to. Also, you could do vertical builds on here, which is what I had with the notch coils. These are your notch coils. As you can see, I already used it. So that is a notch coil. And the notch coil is very thin. And the thickness of it, I have no clue. I'll tell you what, I bet you it's really thin, and I'm going to check that right now. And it is, let me zero that out. Can you sit down, please? It is 0.1 millimeter thick. 0.1. That's really thin. And it feels like it's actually, yeah, 0.1. Man, this thing is like super thin, man. 0.1. That's the thickness of it. What's really nice about these coils is the notches that are in it, which is why it's called a notch coil. But there's notches in it. Those notches are where your flavor and vapor are released between all these little notches here, because this is cut from a stainless steel pipe. And this pipe doesn't have anything. It's a solid piece, so they had to cut these notches in it to be able to release vapor the proper way. If not, you would have had vapor being released from the sides. This would have got overheated, and it would have been a crappy vape. So this is how we're going to do a build on it. We're going to get our cotton. We're going to get our coil that we're going to build. I'm doing a single coil build. at that, I'm not doing a double, just a single build. I'm gonna get a nice piece of cotton I can use right here, some baking cotton deal stuff. It's not baking cotton, it's my own, but it's the similar, same stuff, just about. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get a battery so I could put it in this thing. Unprepared, shame on me. Pop that in there. All right, sorry about that, guys. That's on right now. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab our coil. I'm using a Clapton coil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8 wraps, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 wraps. 3.0. That's the width I'm using. The gauge I'm using, or whatever you want to say, is a 3.0, which is this side here with the screwdriver end. And I'm going to go ahead and install this. You're going to want to put one of the leads in the negative post. Let me tighten this down a little so it doesn't move around. So I'm going to go ahead and just open this up a little bit more so that lead will fit in there nice. And what I like about this is the leads actually fit in really nice, and you could just clamp down on them. You don't have to you know, figure out how you're gonna do it and stuff. I mean, this thing literally is made for coils. I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a bend just like that. And I love this coil jig because the way it's made and the way it works with your coils, it really makes it simple to do coil builds on this. So I'm going to just go ahead and just center that like that. I'm going to go ahead and tighten the negative lead down first. There we go, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and tighten this positive down. Oh, it popped out of its spot. I gotta hold that and clamp it down. There we go. Right under the screw so it clamps down. Just like that. And there we go. It's a 0.41 is where my ohms are. One single coil. Now if I had two coils the same way up and down, I just put the cotton down in one, cotton down in the other. I would have had a lower ohm obviously, but this works for me. I think a 0.37 is great for this build. We're going to go ahead and trim these leads off. We're going to go ahead and pulse it. And then we're going to vape it. After I wick it, of course. So you just want to go ahead and trim these leads. When you trim the leads, guys, you want to make sure your leads aren't sticking out really. And the reason why is I notice if they are sticking out a little bit, you're going to end up with some issues trying to get that rear airflow down in there. And I don't think that was thought of, but yeah, your leads, if they're sticking out even the slightest bit, they will interfere with that piece that sits back there for the airflow. So you want to try to just kind of bend that back a little bit if you could. Trim it down as far as you could. I mean, I could only get in there so far with this. So I'm trying to just pinch it a little bit more, but I think I got it as best as I could. Yeah, I think that's as best as I'm gonna get it. So hopefully this will work the right way, but it's a 0.34. I swear it was just higher than that, but I hate when these bend or move. 0.36. There we go. Make sure this is all nice and adjusted. I'm going to go ahead and pulse this. Make sure everything's nice. Oh, I could see we're having an issue here already. I'm going to go ahead and grab my ceramic tweezers. And right here, there's some lines. One of the good things about this is if you have a line running across a bright line from the wrap, what you do is you could go ahead and take this and put it inside the middle after you pulse it and heat it up. And you could just go ahead and wiggle that inside like that, and it will end up lighting up the right way. But look at that, guys. Look at that. Very nice. Oh, that's hot. I just burned my finger. I tend to do that a lot. There we go. Very nice, very nice. We got a nice current running through there. There we go. Look at that. Very nice. And where are we at ohms? 0.46. I can actually use this on my I wouldn't do that though. I was thinking about it, but I wouldn't do that. So all we got to do is go ahead. We're gonna get some cotton now, just like this. Make sure it's a nice piece. We're gonna go ahead and trim it to the size we need. Well, a little bit bigger than the size we need, because we're gonna end up trimming it, I'm sure, again. So we're gonna go ahead. This is what I'm gonna use for now to get it going. Just like that. That should be good. Pretty puffy still, but this should be good right about here. You want enough cotton to be able to slip in there. I think I should have left a little bit longer than this one. I'm gonna go ahead and feed that through. Just like that. And the Clapton coil, you want it snugged. I'm going to do that. These are going to go right down in the corners like this. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these. What I do is I just kind of eyeball it. And can you guys see that? Yeah. I'm going to eyeball it. So basically what you want to do is, let me get some longer scissors so I can actually reach. You want to kind of cut it. What I do is I line it up with the bottom, this line right here, where they pressed it at, the deck at. I actually line up my scissors with that, and that's where I cut it. And that's all you need for cotton, just enough to wick. All you do, like they said, all you do is to tilt it back. So go ahead and put your cotton down, make sure you got it lined up right, and cut that piece off. And there you go. Simple as that. As far as the wicking goes, that's going to sit down in that channel there, just like that. And you don't have to worry about trying to fit it in there, juice it up. Don't juice it up before you even get this on. Do not bother wicking that, because what you're going to do is, if you wick this before you get all together, you're going to have some issues, because that glass is going to get wet, and then those bushings on the bottom, the rubber bushings, are going to get wet, and that holds it together. And if it gets e-juice on it, this will slip right off, and you'll have a big mess. So you want to go ahead and put this on dry, and you'll notice there'll be a lot of resistance trying to get this glass piece all the way down. And you want to spin it until you feel like that rubber piece is on there the proper way. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and just take this off now. Bring this back up. What's up? But there we go. So that's basically how you put it back together. As you can see, I have a nice Clapton in there. And we're going to go ahead and juice this up in 1 second. First, I want to show you something. I have a syringe, so I'm going to use my syringe. But if something small like that, it's a blunt tip, but it's perfect for this. So what you want to do is, let me bring this down just a little bit more. What you want to do is, you want to go ahead and make sure your cotton is not in the chamber, in the way where the glass is supposed to be resting instead of the cotton. But basically what you want to do is, after you juice it, I'll show you what to do, but just make sure that's all clear on the sides there. Make sure this is all clear. Ooh, like this. Just push your cotton back over and make sure it's sitting the proper way. See that? So now your cotton is in the channels the proper way. Now your juice hole flow is right there in the back. And this is really simple to fill up. I mean, I had no struggles doing this. So all you do is basically just pick the juice you want to use. I have some right here I'm going to use. And sorry, but the flavor is this is Shire juice, and this is Old Port, I believe, or Old Kobe. So I like this because it has a big hole right there where you can actually fill that up, and all you have to do is, if you can't reach the hole all the way, you could at least aim it right above the hole and go ahead and just pour that in. Just like that. Bam, look at that, nicely filled up. Now it's going to empty out because if you can see your cotton, it's going to start wicking up that juice and soaking right in. And it's juicing up, it's wicking up pretty fast. It's starting to, at least. Also, you could like do the tilt thing. This is how you wick it even faster. You tilt it and the gravity will kick in. But we're just going to go like this, and we're just going to paint some juice on the coil. Nice and easy. You don't want to get it everywhere. Just get it on the coil, and that is all you need. Just like that. Fill up that again. There we go. She's all juiced up and ready to go, boy. So that's it. Just like that. Now, the top part. This is the easy part. Yeah. This is the harder part. This is the part that people complain about. They tend to think that seem to complain that this is pretty hard or some kind of excuse. Basically, what you want to do is just line up, make sure everything is going to fit nice. Make sure your hole is lined up, and this should pop right in just like that. Very nice, and sit nice and flat. Now you have your airflow. You have one in the front that's going to hit down on your coil. You have one in the back that's going to hit in the back of your coil. I'm going to go for a single airflow right now. I'm going to do the back airflow. I'm going to use this back one here. And how that works is you just place this with the rigid piece up. Just like that. And you can see how the hole, you can see the hole there. And you can actually adjust that any way you want. So you can have a good amount of air, or you can restrict that air a little bit. So I'm going to leave it wide open. Now what I do is I look at it, make sure I can see that slot, that notch right there on each side. When you put the cover on, you'll be able to see that. And that's what I let guide me, so I could go ahead and tighten this down and still see. So when you put this down, you'll be able to see that notch in there. You can still see that notch, that cutout. You take a nail, if you have your nails, just take your nail and pinch it on the side until you get it started. And once you get it started, just keep holding it with your nail. Once it gets down there, it'll be tight and it won't move. So there we go. I got wide open back airflow. So now that that's snugged, you want to go ahead and put your drip tip on. In order to get this off, you're going to have to take your drip tip off because you'll be turning it and your drip tip will kind of just hold it together. But there you go. This is very nice. The theorem, I'll tell you what, the theorem is a nicely well built. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is really fancy and nice. I wish they gave you different color washers with it so you can match your decks, especially that you can see through like that. And that is really and just a really kind of a con for me is the colors of the washers. I mean, I don't understand why they picked one color to send to everybody. And it seemed like the one color they use is that one white and greenish color RX 200 that they have, and it was just seemed to match, everything matches together. Well, I think that they honestly should have gave you multiple washers of different colors just to have a better option of being able to match. I would have put some black ones, red ones, and these green ones. The most common colors being used are black, red, not this color, but you could have, if it's the color they wanted to use, I don't mind it. But black, red, white, there's a few colors in there they could have put in there that would have been nice. So, but I don't mind this. It looks really nice. So this is the theorem. You could do single, double coil builds. Single coil build, I heard, is better for flavor, so we're gonna find that out right now because I haven't really ever vaped a single coil, except for the notch coil, and I didn't like it. So there it goes. I put it on my my Jomo Tech or Jamo Tech, and we're gonna go ahead and vape on it and see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be strong enough. That's very nice. I'm definitely getting a lot more flavor with this coil. I could use a little more airflow. I was just trying a single coil air or single airflow with the back, and the flavor is great. Flavor is 100 times better. I'm gonna go ahead and put that dual back on, and I'm gonna try it out with the dual airflow. I tend to seem to like that one a little bit better. So we're gonna not put it all the way open. I like to a little bit open, a little bit close. You know what? I'm just gonna open it wide. Whatevers. So let's go ahead and tighten that and see how this works now. You should be able to see the vapor come out two sides. Very nice. Good on the vapor. Very good vapor. And the flavor is still there. And like I said, I'm using my own coil. I'm not using the notch coils because the notch coils aren't satisfying for me. But I'm using my own Clapton that I built, and I'm telling you, the airflow, the flavor, everything is awesome on this. Yeah, I got great flavor on that. Look at that. Teeth are yellow from smoking cigarettes. I gotta bleach them. I'm gonna get them cleaned real nice. That was one downfall con about smoking cigarettes was yellow teeth, man. I don't like that. But that's the theorem for you guys. The theorem, expired by Matt from Suck My Mod. Check him out and subscribe, guys. He's a great reviewer. He's always up to date on things. And then you have JayBo. JayBo is the guy who designed it, and he works for Wismec, I believe. I'm not sure, but I believe that's how it goes. And he's a designer of these RDAs that come out and the mods that come out. And then you have Wismec, the company that actually creates all the devices that are designed by JayBo and the other stuff that's made from them. But JayBo also created this one. He designed this one. He designed this. This one was the only one that I know of that was inspired by someone else for JayBo. So Matt, thank you for inspiring JayBo to make this, because you did a good job of you two designing this together and creating it, and it came out really nice. The thought of being a bottom fill with a single tank like this without no plastic pieces and metal pieces, and just the way it was created, it's awesome, guys. You did a great job. Go check him out. JayBo, I believe, does have his own channel as well. Matt from Suck My Mod. Go check him out. And guys, vape on, and thank you. and pop. And did I hit you too hard or not?
You too hard.
Sorry.
Why you hit him? He trying to lick
Because I can't reach him.
He trying to
But
lick me.
I just want to say, guys, thank you for taking your time to check out my review on the theorem. Guys, get one and check it out because it's a great mod and it works really well. And I think you really, really, really will enjoy this RDTA or RDA. Actually, I didn't even look to see what they're considering this.
What about the chicken legs?
Yeah, but anyways, gotta go finish making dinner. My chicken legs are done and I gotta make some rice and stuff. So peace out, God bless, and
Don't forget to jump.
it's a joke. And throw those sticks down. They're nothing but cancer sticks. Peace out, God bless, and vape on. There. Oh, I missed the button.